Hello everybody, Sarah Barber here from Pure People. Hope you're all well and enjoying your cleanse on the 30 Days to Bloom and Glow. I was going to talk to you today about some detoxification techniques that you can use to assist you on your cleanse to keep your detoxification channels or chimneys, as you may have heard them be called, open. So before I start, just to tell you a tiny bit about me. I've been working as a nutritional therapist for about 10 years and been interested in natural health and natural solutions for quite a bit longer. And I've been sharing dōTERRA oils for almost 2 years now, and I love them for the therapeutic effects. And when I first started, the supplements weren't so much on my radar, but now I've researched them and tried them for myself, and I absolutely love them. I think they're amazing. So anyway, on to what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to be talking about 3 techniques that you can use on your cleanse. There are many others, but I'm going to be talking about, I've picked 3 that are going to be really easy for us to incorporate into our lifestyles over these 30 days without the need for too much special equipment, or you guys having to go out and buy lots, or be trying things that are a bit complicated. So the 3 things that I'm going to be talking about today are going to be skin brushing, contrast showers, and Epsom salt baths. But some of the other ones that you could look into if you want to, that can also support a cleanse might be things like enemas, castor oil packs, colonics. So some slightly more obscure ones. So on to the first one, so skin brushing. So why would we want to do skin brushing, and what is it? So skin brushing, you may have seen, you can get these sort of brushes from health food shops, pharmacists online, and we don't use them with water. We use them before we have a bath or shower generally, or before we get dressed in the morning or go to bed at night. And the great thing about dry skin brushing is everybody can do it. The only people that might not want to do it are those that suffer with constipation. But I would say on this cleanse, most of us aren't going to be having constipation, so it should be good for everybody. And what it's really doing, it's helping us to feel refreshed and alert. It is removing the top kind of dry skin layer, which is called our scurf layer. And this layer actually carries toxins and acidity, so it's really good for us to be getting it off. But it's also going to be stimulating something called our lymphatic system. And our lymphatic system is part of what carries our toxins. And so unlike our circulatory system, which is our blood system, which has a pump, which is the heart, the lymphatic system does not have a pump. So we need to be doing as much as we can to keep it moving so that we don't get stagnation. But what's really cool is the lymphatic system will follow the circulatory system. So some of these techniques are about stimulating the circulatory system, which will in turn mean the lymphatic system is following it, whilst others are just working directly on stimulating the lymphatic system, which is what the skin brushing is doing. So one of the other benefits of dry skin brushing is it's going to help to remove mucus and get that moving in the body so it can be excreted as well. There's a few different ways why we might be getting mucus in our bodies. It might be because of food choices such as lots of dairy products or cold food or yeasts in the body. So there's lots of benefits from doing this. So just to explain how we would do it. So we literally would spend about 5 minutes brushing in the direction of the heart, and we would just do kind of long, nice, slow and steady sweeping movements like this. And we will work all over our bodies, including the soles of our feet. We'll brush all the way up our legs, again, always moving in the direction of the heart, all the way up to and including our necks, but not our face, because normally the dry skin brushes are a bit too rough to be using on our face. And we can do this every day, morning or evening, and it's just a really lovely way, as I said, to get things moving. Okay, so that's dry skin brushing. Contrast showers is what I wanted to talk about next. So contrast showers, again, everybody can do this, so there's no contraindications at all. And it's a really lovely thing that you can do to follow the dry skin brushing that you've just done. And the reason is that if you do it after dry skin brushing, it's actually going to magnify the effects of the skin brushing, which is really cool. However, having said that, you don't need to, and you could do it on its own just as a separate technique. You can do this in the morning or the evening, but again, it's quite refreshing, so it might be something that's better done in the morning. And this one's really, really good for people that are very low in body energy. So the people that are so tired that they can't get out and exercise, for example, people maybe with chronic fatigue or ME, this is actually creating energy in the body just from doing the contrast showers. The way it's working is we're going to get into the shower, and I'll explain how to do it in a minute. And we're going to alternate between really warm and quite cool. And doing this over, repeating it a few times, opens the capillaries in our circulatory system when the water's warm, and then it makes them close up when the water's cold. So it's creating this kind of movement in the circulatory system. And as I mentioned earlier, the lymphatic system will follow that, and it's going to kind of create this movement and get things going. So in this way, it's also great at shifting any stagnation in the body, which is what we want during our cleanse. We don't want anything to stagnate. We want to keep everything moving. So how to do it then? So what we want to do is turn on the shower, and we want to start with a minute of the shower feeling as warm as is comfortable. So the main thing to note here is that contrast showers never need to feel uncomfortable. They're supposed to feel really nice. We only ever want the water to feel as hot as is comfortable and as cool as is comfortable, okay? So a minute on as hot as is comfortable, just while you're going about doing all the bits that you would normally do in the shower, followed by a minute for as cold as is comfortable. And then repeat a minute for as hot as comfortable, a minute for as cold as comfortable. And then you do that one more time, a minute for as hot as is comfortable, and then a minute for as cold as is comfortable. And then when you're done, your shower is finished, and you just get out and dry yourself and get ready in the normal way. So that's hot and cold showers, otherwise known as contrast showers. Because of this movement of the lymph, contrast showers are also very helpful for people that either know that they have lymphatic issues, so perhaps they get swollen lymph nodes in their neck regularly, or even sore throats. It's a really, really good one to try just to get things moving. Another thing that you can do, which I'm not going into detail about today, but rebounding is another really, really great way to keep that lymphatic system moving. And that really is just literally just jumping on a little mini trampoline, a rebounder, regularly, or even if your kids have got a trampoline, that's going to do a similar thing. Okay, so the last technique that I wanted to show you, or I'll talk about today, is Epsom salt baths. So I've got my lovely big glass jar that I keep beside my bath in my bathroom here, and I got the Epsom salts online. I recommend that if you get them in, 5 or 10 kilos or more, then they work out really, really cost effective, like around £1 per kilo. You can pay a lot more for them if you're buying them in smaller quantities in the shops. So why do we want to do Epsom salt baths? So first thing I should say as well before I talk about the baths is, if you don't have a bath or you don't like baths, you can totally do this in a foot bath. Same benefits. It's slightly less, the effects are slightly less strong, but you're still going to get the benefits. So you would use probably half the amount of Epsom salts. So with Epsom salt baths, again, most people can do this. There are a few contraindications. So you wouldn't do this if you have high blood pressure, if you have a tendency to blood clot, or if you're pregnant or menstruating. Okay. And the benefits are that it's very good, again, for stagnation, especially in winter. So as we're going to be embarking on a cleanse that either we're coming out of our winter time and going into spring, or we might be doing the cleanse in the autumn and we're shortly going to be moving into winter, this is a really good technique to be doing. And you can do it, you can do this technique once a week, ordinarily, and give yourself a week off every month. But during a cleanse, we could even do it a couple of times a week. It would be really nice. And I'll explain how to do it in a minute. The organ that we're detoxifying when we're doing Epsom salt baths, we're actually detoxifying through the skin. And the skin is actually our largest organ, and it's our largest detox organ. some of the other organs. You know, we've talked, you will have heard already about the liver, and that we're mainly going to be detoxifying through either the digestive system, so through the intestines, or via the urinary system, via the kidneys. But then these are our main chimneys that we're detoxifying. But if these two become blocked for any reason, then the body will look to one of two secondary chimneys, and the skin is one of them, the respiratory system, so the breath via the lungs is the other. So in this way, that's why Epsom salt baths can be really nice, because we're making sure that we are keeping one of our secondary channels open and moving, and also the Epsom salts are supporting the intestines as well. So Epsom salt baths, they're magnesium sulfate, and the sulfate is particularly good. It has a very calming and soothing effect on the mind and the body. So it's particularly nice at bedtime to be doing this, because it might make you feel a little bit sleepy. And it's also going to soothe any sore muscles and joints. It's quite well known for that. Guys, use your essential oils alongside doing this. You know, if you've got one of the small little bottles, you could do 3 taps or 6 taps. Or if you've got a full big bottle and you maybe have already, you know, got a set of essential oils from dōTERRA, then just 1 or 2 taps is fine. It's really lovely to, you know, the lavender is going to help just accentuate the relaxing and the calming qualities, but it also, you know, has anti-inflammatory properties, and it's going to sort of support you with your detox. So Epsom salt baths, they're really good if other elimination channels are struggling. So like I said before, you know, if for any reason your primary channels were struggling a little bit, then the Epsom salts are supporting the skin, and that's where your body's going to be looking to detoxify from. Perhaps if you had skin breakouts, again, the Epsom salts are going to be supporting the elimination of the toxins through the skin. And it's really cool. It's also helping to thin the lymph that we were talking about. And also what it actually does is it helps the membranes release toxins. So it's actually working on a cellular level. So how you would take an Epsom salt bath, an adult would take 1 to 2 cups, so probably significantly more than most people would normally put in their baths. People often don't realise you actually need to put in quite a lot of salts to have a detoxifying effect. 1 to 2 cups in a bath, you would get in, the bath would be nice and hot, and ideally you would stay in for about 20 minutes, and then you would just get out and get dry in the normal way. You want to avoid putting any other products other than the essential oils in with the Epsom salts, because it might interfere with their effects. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful detox, you know, supportive techniques that you can use. If you need to at any time, if you ever feel that, you know, you feel like your detoxification is getting, you know, a little bit too strong, then just pull back a little bit, use the techniques to see you through. Yeah, it would be a wonderful detox. I'm really looking forward to sharing and participating in it myself along with all you guys. And yeah, look forward to seeing you next time. Bye everyone.